Kitty, Maggie, Jen, thanks very, very much indeed for inviting me here on the launch of what I have to say, I haven't read every page of it, but I know enough about this report to recognise in it, I think, in the flurry of reports that are produced by think tanks, something which is, I think, of lasting significance. I want to talk about government attitudes to parenting and to families. I mean, all governments say they want to help parents, and all, I believe, mean it. But there are different ways of doing that, and some work and some don't. What doesn't work, no matter how well-intentioned, is when governments try to fit parents and families around policy. As the Homefront report explains, good parenting is absolutely central to social mobility. A child's future isn't determined only by their home life, but it can make all the difference. So if our shared social mission is to create a truly open Britain in which every child can get ahead, and it is, parents must be at the heart of that. And so the question for government is this: what can we do to help parents improve their children's life chances? There's no easy answer, obviously. The issue of how the state should be involved in something as private as raising a child has divided politicians for years. But while I accept that it's a difficult line to tread, I don't believe the previous government quite got the balance right. The coalition government takes a different view, a liberal view. Liberals start from an optimism about people and a realism about the state's limitations. We don't expect to know better than you how to raise and love your children. That doesn't mean that the nation's parents are now on their own. This isn't sink or swim government. But what it does mean is that we don't want to make your decisions for you. We want to make your choices possible. The other way we can really help is by helping parents better balance work and home. That is something all working parents struggle with. Right now, most simply do not have the flexibility they need. Despite the fact fathers can request flexible working, many feel reluctant to do so. There is still a kind of stigma attached. And when a child is born, men are still only entitled to a paltry 2 weeks of paternity leave. These rules patronise women and marginalise men. They're based on a view of life in which mothers stay at home and fathers are the only breadwinners. It's an Edwardian system that has no place in 21st century Britain. What I can confirm today, however, is that plans are now well underway to overhaul the United Kingdom's arrangements for shared parental leave. As of this April, we will be implementing the changes agreed by the last government. Under these new arrangements, if a mother returns to work before the end of her maternity leave, the father will be able to take the remaining time up to a maximum of 6 months. And on that, I would like to genuinely pay tribute to Harriet Harman, who pushed through those changes despite considerable resistance she came up against in the last government. But we now want to go even further. We know that men need to be actively encouraged to take time off, and often parents want more flexibility than these arrangements will allow. So in the coming weeks, we'll be launching a consultation on a new, properly flexible system of shared parental leave that we aim to introduce in 2015. I would have liked it to be sooner, but getting this right will take time. So, to sum up, let me once again thank Demos for a really, really important piece of work. It's not an easy area for government, but the coalition government will seek to get the balance right, supporting and empowering parents, particularly those most in need, and particularly in these difficult times, and helping all parents better balance work and home. We're very, very clear. The society we want to create, where every child can do well, will only ever be a pipe dream unless we work with parents to get there. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.